I'm finally invested $100,000 in my retirement on a low income. You heard right, on a low income. Right now, I'm 34 and with about $65,000 a year for my 9 to 5 job here in California. Maybe with overtime, working on Saturday, I could increase that to $70,000. And the past 5 years, I've been really struggling and working myself really hard to put aside a lot of money for my retirement because always heard that like your first $100,000 is very much difficult, very difficult. And trust me, it took me about 5 years to put aside enough money on a low income. Like in my 20s, I was kind of have the YOLO mindset. I have a lot of fun, but at the same time, like I didn't really work to work. So therefore, I don't really like, I think I start out with like $10, 11, 13, 15, 18, and slowly my income go up in my 20s. But it's still low income, so therefore I didn't put aside money for my retirement. I mean, I put maybe 5 to 10% into my 401k. But if you're making like $10 an hour, $15 an hour, 10% of that is not gonna be much. But still, I did put aside some money for my 401k. It wasn't until I turned 30 that I would be more serious with it. And therefore, it took me about 5 years to save $100,000 in my retirement. So I have about $60,000 right now in my Roth 401k, $40,000 in my Roth IRA, totaling $100,000. The moment that changed me. So my dad got sick during the pandemic, and I think around 2023 he got diagnosed with Parkinson, and then so therefore I had to move back in Orange County to help take care of him. And then with all the errand and financial stuff, I think that's when I realized that hey, like eventually I'm gonna get old too. While taking care of him, I realized I need more money. And as he get worse with his condition, he decided, hey, I want to go back to Vietnam and then pass there and then be buried next to my grandma. So therefore, with the whole situation, like traveling, taking him back to Vietnam, caring for him and setting him up financially for the funeral and all that stuff, it did cost a lot of money. And it made me realize that I also need to plan for my mom's funeral, end of care in the future, and sometimes for myself also. And I cannot be just kind of like cruising by to the life anymore. Especially now, I'm 34, but back then I was in my I just turned 30, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much stuff that I need to figure out, and therefore I need to lock in, and I need to figure this out. So that's why for the past 5 years, I've been just working and then figure out, okay, maybe while working 9 to 5, I also need to do social media, content creation, such just different kind of side hustle to get more money. And eventually it did plan out. And I think, I would say right now it's 2026. I didn't really start looking into it in 2021. So after 5 years, I was able to save $100,000. But it took a long time how I got to $100,000. So as I previously mentioned, I was on low income. In my 20s, I mean now at around $65,000, I don't think would be considered low income. Maybe if you compare to like New York or San Francisco, where you're in tech, then maybe I am low income. But I think overall, I'm okay right now. But it took a while to get here. Like when I was in 20, when I first started out in college at university, I only making like $9 to $10. Then $11, 13, 15, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25. Like slowly my income go up. But it's, mind you, I'm 34 this year. So from 18 to 34, that's almost like 20 years. Man, I'm getting old. Jeez. So it took me a while to get here. And during that time, yes, I did set aside some money for my 401k. But let's be honest, if you're working $9 an hour and you put in the side, let's say 5 to 6% or even 10%, it's not gonna be much. Sure, it's gonna take some time. And that's why now, in the past 5 years, I increased my 10% to 15, 18, 20, 22, 25% of my paycheck goes straight into 401k and IRA. So therefore, I max out my Roth IRA, which is 7,000, I think 7,500 this year. I will max out my Roth IRA every year. And then for my 401k, right now, I think I'm gonna try to max it out eventually, but I'm getting up there, close to maxing it out also. But the problem is that I also have student loan I need to pay off. So therefore, I can't just put everything into my retirement. I also need to have some spending money, some money for my student loan, and then so it's a lot. Like I feel like I'm getting pulled multiple direction, but I think overall I do have a good system right now where I put some money into my 401k and maxing out my Roth IRA each year for sure. And hopefully with my side, I don't know if was this considered a side hustle. I guess so, because eventually I want to go full time with content creation, and then so that means I will have two jobs: my full time 9 to 5 and content creation, and hopefully that will help me with my finance to help take care of my mom and then just my overall my family. Enjoying life while saving money for retirement. I think a lot of people think that when you have to save money or put aside money for your retirement investment, you can't really spend or have fun, which is not true. Like honestly, not true at all. Yes, there's not like a lot of stuff you can do because it costs money, but there's still some stuff you could do for free or low cost, like expensive. Like right now, each year I'm still taking my mom and my family out like international trip at least once a year. And if you budget it wisely, like I just went to Japan. Like literally, we just went to Japan, and with 2 weeks, it cost about $3,000. Mind you, 2 weeks in Japan, and it's not like we went cheap. We actually went like mid-tier, where we planned ahead of time. The ticket was only about $500 because we bought a year in advance. The hotel is like $50 to $70. Some place we did flush more for maybe $100, but then that area we want to experience Japan. But overall, you could definitely have fun as long as you plan ahead of time. And that's with the Japan trip. I took my mom, she's turning 70 this year. So we went to Japan this year for her 70th birthday. And let's say I spent about $3,000 for myself, maybe $2,500 for her, or $3,000 with everything. So overall, you could enjoy life if you budget accordingly. Personally for me, what I do is I call it selective fun. It's pretty much like, okay, there's some day that I know I'm gonna go out with friends and family. So therefore, the days that I'm just gonna be like working, go home, then I don't want to spend on those days. So if I say like, let's say from Monday to Friday, right? Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, I will go out with friends and family, or just go on dates, stuff like that. Monday and Wednesday, those days, it's just gonna be working and then meal prep, and that's pretty much it. Maybe Monday I will get some food, or Wednesday I will have some take out food. But overall, I just have to plan it out where I don't spend too much money on Monday to Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I know for sure those days I will go out at nighttime. Then I will budget accordingly. Maybe you are thinking right now, hey John, I'm not making $65,000 like you are right now. I can't save for retirement. Like American is going through recession. The economy is bad. Like I totally get it. I was where you are. Like I totally understand. Like if you tell me 5 years ago I'm gonna have $100,000 in my retirement, I was like maybe 10 or 20 years after. But it's doable. It's not impossible. It's just gonna take time. Like you have to be honest to yourself. Like it will take time. Like right now, let's say you do minimum wage. Eventually, you're going to go up to like 15, 18, 20. It's going to take time for for your income to slowly go up. Assuming you put in the work in. If you put in the work in and just give it some time, you will have enough money where you could put aside for your retirement. Again, also you have to be smart with it too. Like that's why I say before, be selective with your fun experience and be selective with what you want to spend your money on. I think people have recommended the 50-30-20 rule, where you 50% go into your need, 30% go into your want, 20% go into your saving retirement. I mean, that's a good standard if you want. But for me right now, I did start out with a 50-30-20, but right now, I would say most of my money is going to retirement and saving, because here's my best advice. The most people spend their money on are rent and car and transportation. Like my rent, I rent out a room. That's it. I don't have my own apartment. I just have my own room. And that's it. And then my car, I still drive a 1999 Toyota. 1999. Right now it's 2026. 1999 car. So because of that, I still have money left to invest and sometimes still enjoy my life. So I think at this point, you have to ask yourself, you could still have fun right now, but you have to budget accordingly, because if not, you're going to regret it down the line. And after my dad passed, like when he got sick and passed away, and when I deal with his funeral stuff, I realized that like life is short. Like eventually, my mom's gonna pass away. A lot of people I know in my family are gonna pass away. Eventually, I'm gonna get old. I want to enjoy life right now too, but at the same time, I want to set enough money aside that when I get older, I'm not gonna be worried about how I'm gonna be, like where I'm gonna get buried, how my funeral gonna be, because I want to set aside money where like I will be taken care of later in life, so I'm not gonna be a burden to my family. So yeah, let me know what your thought about my situation and how you're gonna save your first $100,000 for your retirement. Comment down below and let me know about your thought on the financial situation going forward in the future. Because right now with the economy, again, it's tough out there for everyone. But then what's your thought on how people should save for their retirement, concerning AI, the recession, and just the whole economy in America? Let me know down in the comment. Take care of yourself, and I will see you again on next video. Bye. Take care.